Yo, what up? It's Teddy, Caravan Crypto, and we are going to get into what Joe Rogan said about Bitcoin on his show. So this is from the Daily Hodl, but it's everywhere. It's news that's everywhere news, like Modern Investor says. If you're not subscribed to Modern Investor, subscribe, check them out. I get a ton of my daily crypto news from him, and he offers like a very good perspective. One of the things he talked about was Joe Rogan talking about Bitcoin to his audience of 200 million people. I really don't know if that's a real number. Is that a real number? 200 million people? That's an incredibly large audience of 200 million people. That's insane. That's nuts. He only signed a deal with Spotify for 8 mil. That's nothing for 200 million people. HBO doesn't have 200 million people. You know? 200 million? T-Mobile? Does T-Mobile have 200 million? Maybe Verizon, but I don't know if this is real. Maybe it is. And if you haven't listened to Joe Rogan, check out his podcast. It's very informative and entertaining. It has a little bit more conservative guests than I'd like typically, but interesting nonetheless. Lots of different kinds of people go on there, talk about a variety of topics. It's a good one to check out. So anyway, Joe, he says on his opening, he says, with the Cash App, you can automatically purchase Bitcoin daily, weekly, or even bi-weekly, known in the industry as stacking sats. Sats is short for Satoshi, the legendary person who created Bitcoin. Bitcoin, what it is for sure, is a transformational digital currency that acts as a decentralized peer-to-peer payment network powered by its users with no central authority. I love it. I wish it was the way we exchanged currency, and maybe it will be in the future. Get on board. Then he goes on to say, but at the end of the day, I just don't totally understand how you can have so many of them. Like, how many cryptocurrencies are there? And if you don't have so many of them, well, who's to say when you could stop making them? Okay? So I think what this deserves is a little bit of a breakdown, especially if you're one of those 200 million people that listen to Joe. Hey, Joe's my guy. Love Joe. I listen to his podcast. He's a dope dude. I have nothing against Joe Rogan, and I am a fan. And he's funny. He's a funny dude. So we're gonna talk about some of the things that he said and what you should understand about that. So look, let's go with the first part. With the Cash App, you can automatically purchase Bitcoin daily, weekly, or even bi-weekly. Let's start with that. Okay, look, I have a video on why you shouldn't buy on Cash App. Listen. Cash App does not offer you a way to export your coins from their possession to your possession. All right. So if I was Jack Dorsey, which I'm not, but if I was, and I was purchasing, and I allowed users on Cash App. So Jack Dorsey owns Twitter, and then he started Square and Cash App, right? So on Cash App, he's allowing for people to purchase Bitcoin, quote unquote. I have air quotes when I say that. Purchase Bitcoin via the Cash App. The thing with the Cash App is that it doesn't let you send your Bitcoin out. Okay, Bitcoin is a payment system. All right, I send and receive payments via the Bitcoin blockchain. Cash App allows you to purchase Bitcoin but not send Bitcoin. So you can buy Bitcoin, but you can't make a payment with Bitcoin to anybody, at least not yet. And the day that you know you can make a payment with Bitcoin is when you create when you store your, what do you call it, private key. Okay, so all right, when you open up your crypto wallet, there is a list of 12 words. Sometimes it's more than that, but it's 12 words, and these words are in a particular order. Sorry, this is my coin market cap freaking out right now. Why are you freaking out? Shh. So you have these 12 words that come out, that pop up on your wallet when you create a wallet. You write down those 12 words and you save them. And let's say, this wallet is on your phone and you drop your phone in the toilet. Oh man, all your Bitcoin is gone. No, it's not, because you wrote down those 12 words and you saved those 12 words. So now you can just plug those 12 words in somewhere, and bada bing, bada boom, those 12 words magically bring your wallet back up. and none of your value is lost. Okay. Cash App doesn't have that. Cash App doesn't offer you that. Any platform that doesn't require you to create a private key or store a private key is not giving you access to your Bitcoin. Yeah, this is a major fundamental piece to understand. So, you know, we have political instability, economic instability. This is not a good recipe for certainty, societal certainty in the near future. All right, I'm not trying to be conspiracy theory. I'm not trying to get on some kind of crazy hype. I'm just keeping it real about where we're at. That's all. That's just me. You know what I mean? I'm just keeping it real. I'm seeing what's going on in present time. I'm understanding the signs, and I'm just keeping it real, man. That's it. And look, man, let's say one day, Cash App, Square is an American company, and we have an American government that is not, a stranger to raiding corporations and whatnot, and FBI isn't a stranger to crashing down on places. And let's say, some accusation gets made about some nefarious activities that Square or Cash App may be involved in, and boom, they swarm in and lock up all the crypto. I mean, I'm just saying, man, it's a possibility. Okay, if you don't have a private key, you can never access that crypto. If Cash App is the one that stores the private keys for the crypto, they are the ones that have the access to it. All right. You always want to be in a position to reach out and touch, quote unquote, figuratively speaking, your Bitcoin. You never want to be in a position where you're sharing access with somebody, with another entity on your Bitcoin. And, unless it's like, unless it's what do you call it? Like on an exchange or something, and you're actively trading, that's something else. Maybe if you're actively trading crypto, you probably know already not to, what's acceptable and what's unacceptable to you in terms of security. Okay, so don't worry about that. But yeah, buying on Cash App is not really buying on Cash App. What you are doing on Cash App is you are storing your money there, and your money is earning or losing based on the volatility of the crypto market. All right, that's what's happening. And, all right, so anyway, let's go on to the next thing. And it is cool that you can automatically purchase Bitcoin daily, weekly, bi-weekly, whatever. You know what I mean? That's cool. All right, known in the industry as stacking sats. Sats is short for Satoshi, the legendary person who created Bitcoin. Okay, look, Satoshi Nakamoto, yes, he's the legendary person that created Bitcoin. Sats, though, are the 0.000, all right, look. Bitcoin, this is one whole Bitcoin, right? This is 1.1 Bitcoin, right? This is 1.125 Bitcoin, right? The numbers after the decimal point. So if I go 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? These are Satoshis. These right here. These are Satoshis. Everything after the it's like cents, right? But they call them Satoshis or sats. Now the reason why they say stack sats is because Bitcoin is a deflationary asset. This is an asset that has an extreme amount of scarcity, and the supply-demand ratio is perpetually and increasingly lopsided. What does that mean? That means that the demand is always going to increase, and the supply is going to remain constant or decrease, but it'll never increase. Okay, so when they say stack sats, it's kind of tough for everybody to buy. Like right now, Bitcoin's at $11,400. Not everybody has $11,400 to buy Bitcoin, but people got, $100 or $500. You know what I mean? People got enough money to buy, this portion here. You know what I mean? Or you might have $1,000 and you could buy, something like this. You know what I'm saying? And so, that amount of Bitcoin, less than a whole one, is considered sats, right? This is so Bitcoin can be broken down into 100 million pieces. So this is 9 Satoshis, This is 89 Satoshis. This is 789 Satoshis. This is 6,789 Satoshis. And so on and so on and so forth. Up until, I think this is 12 million. What is this? No. Yep, 123 million Satoshis right here, right? Yeah. And then a billion becomes one whole Bitcoin, right? A billion Satoshis. But yeah, so that's how it goes. And that's what that means. Bitcoin, what it is for sure, is a transformational digital currency that acts as decentralized. Oh, before I go on to that, look, stack sats, man. Stack sats, okay? It doesn't matter. Think about it, man. If let's say in the year 2065, we're talking about $100,000 Bitcoin now. Let's say in the year 2065, Bitcoin is $100,000, right? If you had, let's say 1,000 Satoshis, that's a $10,000. No, actually, is it? Nah, man, that's 1,000 Satoshis. Oh, 1,000 Satoshis would be like $100 right now. But if you had, let's say, I don't know, let's say like 500,000 Satoshis, right? 0.0005 Bitcoin. You take that right now, 0.0005 Bitcoin times $11,400, and that gives you, that's $5. All right, so look, let's say you had 0.08 times $11,400. That's like a G. Okay, so look, let's say you had .2 Bitcoin, right? Right now times $11,400 is $2,280, right? But 0.2 times $100,000 is a $20,000 Bitcoin. And if look, man, if you were, let's say you did, you took 2,280 and you bought, $20 worth, right? That'd be 114. Let's say over 2 years, you bought $20 every week worth of Bitcoin. That would be 114 weeks, right? That'd be 2 years, right? A little over 2 years. And you spent 2,280 and you just held it. And let's say one day 2060, you know what I mean? Bitcoin's worth 20,000. You just turned 2,280 into 20,000 by just stacking sats, spending $20 a week for 2 years, and then holding that for a long time. You just turned it into 20,000. What if you did $100 a week? What if you did, $500 a month? What if you did $1,000, $300 a month, and you tried to get $4,000 worth per year, and you did that for 2 years? You know what I mean? Like, that's stacking sats. Okay, if you can't buy a whole one, if you can't just dump money into crypto and hold on to it, stack sats. Just buy pieces of it at a time. Spend 10, 15, $20 at a time over a period of time until you've accumulated enough. Because once we take off from here, when Bitcoin is at 100,000, dude, let me see. All right, so we have $100,000 divided by 100 million pieces. 0.001. Sorry, I'm tripping. It's 999. $100,000. I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to do this math here, and maybe I'm not so good at math, obviously. So, at $100,000, you have basically $1 will equal $1 is going to equal, what is it? 100,000 Satoshis. Okay. So if you spent $20, you'll get 0.002 Satoshis. Right? Yeah. 2 million Satoshis at $100,000. But today, if you spend $20, 11,400 divided by 0.002. So right now, $20 would get you five. No, I'm tripping. Wow. I'm sorry, man. Sorry I'm wasting your time with all this math. This bad, terrible math. 11,400 times 0.002 equals 22.8. All right. So right now, 2 million Satoshis cost you $20. At 100,000, 2 million Satoshis would cost you, you would get 200,000 Satoshis for $20. So anyway, Sorry, forget this. Forget I even said all that. Okay, forget all that math. Just buy, just stack some sats. All right, just try to buy some. Okay, every week if you can. All right, so that's stacking sats. Bitcoin, for what it is for sure, is a transformational digital currency that acts as a decentralized peer-to-peer payment network powered by its users with no central authority. Okay, look, this is 100% facts, right? It is a transformational digital currency that acts as a decentralized, meaning nobody owns it. Everybody shares in the responsibilities of keeping it up. Peer-to-peer payment network, meaning I could send it from one person to another with no middleman, powered by its users. You know, everybody contributes to keeping it up and running with no central authority. Nobody governs it, right? I love it. I wish it was the way we exchange currency, and maybe it will be on the future. Okay, then he goes on to say, but at the end of the day, I just don't totally understand how you can have so many of them. Like, how many cryptocurrencies are there? How many cryptocurrencies are there? We're going to check that out right now. So if we go to coinmarketcap.com and we check out how many cryptocurrencies are there, there are 5,983 cryptocurrencies. Okay, so how many cryptocurrencies are there? 5,983 cryptocurrencies. If you don't have so many of them, well, who's to say when you can stop making them? Okay, look, this is where Joe is kind of like, you know, he's kind of going back on his words. So it's a decentralized peer-to-peer payment network powered by its users with no central authority. You know what no central authority means? Nobody has to grant permission. Okay? Nobody has to give you permission to make a cryptocurrency, to own a cryptocurrency, to send a cryptocurrency, to receive a cryptocurrency. Nothing. Okay? So with no central authority, that means people are free to make as many as they want. But you know, it's not like you push this button that pops out a cryptocurrency and all 5,983 cryptocurrencies are the same. No, it's not it. And Modern Investor made a very good point. It's not like if in America you made a Maserati, that doesn't mean and in Singapore they made 20,000 Hondas. That doesn't take anything away from the Maserati, right? The Maserati is still the Maserati. I don't even like the Maserati, but we're just using that as an example. But the Maserati is the Maserati. No matter how many Hondas, Toyotas, no matter how many Kias get made, the Maserati is always going to be the Maserati. It has nothing. They literally have nothing to do with each other. And it doesn't matter if there's 10 Maseratis and 10,000 Hondas. That doesn't have anything to do with each other. Same thing with cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin, to me, is the best one. It's also the first one. It's the original, right? And it's the least centralized. And there's no figurehead that you can, point to and go and contact and reach out to. There's nobody you could bring before Congress, at least at this point, that, said that would imply or that you could speak to try to convince the entire Bitcoin community to drop the project or modify the project or whatever. And that's why I think it's the best. That's why I think it's the most robust, the most secure, the most censorship resistant. Now, it doesn't matter if 1 million cryptocurrencies come out. It doesn't matter if 10 million cryptocurrencies come out. Like, literally, it has no relevance on Bitcoin and the blockchain that Bitcoin sits on and operates on. Okay? That's it. It just, this number here, this coin market cap number, this number of cryptocurrencies could go to 50 million, billion, trillion, gajillion, sextillion. It doesn't matter to me. Now, look, if a better cryptocurrency comes out, that would be awesome. I would love that. If a better one comes out, if something that's more robust, more censorship resistant, more decentralized, if it has more of the attributes that make Bitcoin how special that it is, right? Even more special, right? If it has more of those attributes, I'll jump over in a heartbeat. No problem. I got no emotion attached. I'll just jump over if it's better, right? But if just because 1 million of them come out, that means nothing. I mean, this number 5,983, 95, maybe even 99% of these are garbage, complete and utter garbage. 99% of these are nothing. You know what I mean? Like, they're useless. They're pointless. 99%. You know what I mean? But what's cool about uh, what's cool about crypto being permissionless is that anybody can make a cryptocurrency. You know what I mean? And I might look at crypto number, I might look at number 199 monolith and think about how whack it is, and it might inspire me based on that model to look at a different cryptocurrency and create that and make it better. You know what I mean? Like, and not to say, and just because there's cryptos in the top 100, like let's say you have a cryptocurrency in the top 100 coins, that doesn't make that list, that top 100 spot, that doesn't make that like invincible. Like, oh, those are the only good ones. Nah, there's plenty of good coins all throughout here. They just don't have the market cap. That's all that the the top 100 currencies are measuring. It's all by market cap. This is how the list goes. That's why Bitcoin is number one. It's at $210 billion, right? It's not number one because of it's the way it works, the system, or the security of it. Ethereum is not number two because of the security and functionality of it. Nah, they're ranking these only by market cap, right? And so just because something's not so valuable today, that doesn't mean it can't climb up into, the top 100 spot at any given moment. Some of these coins have really good use cases, but most of them don't. And that's why there's so many. But it's up to everybody to do their own research and also subscribe to whatever coin that they think is going to be valuable in the future, or is going to be best utilized in the future. It's up to us to decide. But I would never want a scenario to exist where nobody can make cryptocurrencies, or like maybe a small group of people are only allowed to make cryptocurrencies. That would be terrible. That would be horrible, because now we're not permissionless. Now we need permission. And who's to say that the people who were chosen to make it are people that should be making crypto? It's either we all could do it or nobody could do it. Period. So yeah, it's my 2 cents. Just wanted to talk about Joe. If you haven't ever listened to his podcast, man, check out the podcast. And I guess 200 million people heard his little commercial for Bitcoin, which is this is a lot. This is like so many people right here. 200 million. I mean, I'm sure there's a portion of this that's already in crypto, but let's say 150. Look, there's 40 million active wallets in the world, right? That means 160 million of those people, at a minimum, 160 million of these people are not in crypto. If 160 million people decided to get into crypto, oh my goodness. It's crazy. It's nuts. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you got a little bit of value out of it. And I'll see you at the next one. Peace. And sorry for my math. Sorry for wasting your time with that stupid math. I'm going to get better at math eventually. So just please forgive me. I'm asking you for your forgiveness. Thank you. Appreciate it. Peace.